Hey guys, Wooden Fan 1 back at it again for something you guys haven't seen from my channel in like, what, 3 years? Like, I haven't done one of these since like 2020 for Stories from Sodor, or Story, whatever my old series was called. Man, that's a throwback, isn't it? But yeah, guys, I woke up, got up at like midnight, and I built a layout. I built a layout on this new train table. Yeah, I recently got this, but I shot the last few videos on this actually, but I was like, you know what? I've never built a Thomas Wooden Railway train set on a train table, and I was like, I gotta do it, before I go off to college and all that jazz. And it's all clickety clack track minus like the mountain tunnel, but still, let's dive into this, shall we? Let's do an old fashioned layout tour. So let's start off with Thomas, just like old times. So we got Thomas and Annie and Clairvaux at the top of the mountain tunnel, which is the only piece of clickety clack track. That was the only exception to the rule because it's just such a classic destination. I've never actually used this one. I bought this after my series stopped, and I never had space to use it in anything really, but now I can, and I'm happy to use it here. And it looks pretty nice. So we're actually going to follow down the hill, a little sidetrack, because you'll see why in a second, but we go down the hill to this little siding, this little junction area, with Mavis pulling a stone train with Scruffy and Rickety. That little signal there, and we have the Archstone Tunnel, which, if you follow the Archstone Tunnel, actually just goes into the siding. I had a few ways I wanted this layout to go, but ultimately, I am very satisfied with it, but ultimately, some things got scrapped, and I was like, you know what? Sidings for just some trains to sit on. So we got the Citadel Railway Repair just kind of hiding out with Butch right there. I just threw Butch in last minute, actually. But, yeah, so that's siding there. And we're going to follow Mavis's line now, which actually has another siding. And this siding actually is just the excuse to put the water tower there, because I had no room to put the water tower anywhere else. And I really liked it. And I was like, yeah. So we got Stepney and Birdie just chilling over there. But yeah, that's a nice little siding. It goes under this bridge that we'll come to later. But let's get out of that siding and just go. So honestly, this was like the last major difference, the docks area. Originally, this track Duck was on just ended in like a ramp, like water style. But then at the very end, I was like, wait a minute, I can connect these two lines. And I was like, why not? I like the idea of like kind of three main tracks running through the dock area. So that was definitely a cool thing I like doing. The docks is simple, but I very much like it. You got the old style Cranky, got Duck pulling a train of troublesome trucks. You got, oh, who's that? Douglas, yeah, Douglas with his cool train. Donald's on this layout. I don't know why, but Donald is not on this layout. Past the docks area, we got the Sodor grain mill, which is currently not being used by anyone, but it's a pretty cool piece. It's a nice tall item, but it's also very compact at the same time, which was also pretty cool. I wanted to get as many destinations on this as possible, so that was pretty cool. I'm glad I got this guy in here. So we're gonna follow through. Everything kind of comes to this head switch. We'll go over there later, but we're gonna go up the Archstone Bridge where Boko's pulling the Sodortronic clay cars. And we're going to go down to this set of points where you will see Thomas is actually up there. So that's kind of a big loop. I didn't realize it till like the end of the layout, and I was like, oh. But it's not bad. I like it. It's not bad. So keep going this way. And keep going past the signal. And we're going to sidetrack real quick to where Diesel is. He's actually going under the overhead stack rails, which I never thought I'd have a use for until now. I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta make this work. There were some instances where I thought I'd have to drastically change this layout over time, but overall, I didn't have to, and that makes me really happy. I'm really happy with all the elevation and stuff, but it was very challenging. And Diesel's line just goes all the way to the end of the sawmill. And the main path actually goes this way where Edward is, over there at Wellsworth with Sir Topham Hatt and Trevor. And I guess since we already talked about the sawmill over there, let's just dive right over here to those switches again. We go over. I really like this area of the layout. This like little weird like crossing intersection thing. I don't know why. It just looks super cool and like fun to throw the trains through. It's like you can go so many ways with it. But anyways, if you go through here and cross the crossing, you'll just see Neil chilling at the sawmill. And I love Neil. He's such a small guy. I never had him till recently. Oh my god, he's so cool. But anyways, back onto Edward's line. You're going to keep going with old slow coach right there. How could I forget? That's like one of the few non-learning curve items. or like pre or post 99 items on this set. And also, actually, we'll dive into that later, but if you follow Old Slow Coach under the mountain tunnel, you'll actually come out and see D261 pulling the barrel car working at the barrel loader, which is also something I threw in last minute because I really didn't know where to put it. I'm not really happy as resting on the curve, which also, speaking of, these were so helpful in the layout twice. These pieces of track only have a use on Thomas Wooden Railway train tables. I'm making that claim now because that's really true. But anyways, we got D261 with the barrel loader, and this is nice, but you go up the hill to where we have James pulling some box cars on like the upper part of where we just saw Diesel. So we can follow James on the, basically, it's the only bridge on the layout. I mean, apart from the Archstone Bridge, but this is like one long, large viaduct, and I didn't plan for it to go out that way, but I honestly, I don't even hate it. I think it's pretty cool, but we're gonna follow James along his area. Whoops, shaking camera, jeez. We got this long set of bumpy track, which I used because I needed a really long piece of straight track, and that came in handy. So we're gonna go curve up to the top of the sawmill where we have Henry and the sawmill log car right there. And I love that I got the sawmill in this. That's pretty cool. If you guys couldn't tell, I've been using that a little bit lately in the last episode. But yeah, no, I'm loving this so far. So Henry's line actually goes up the hill, like high up, like elevator 3, like mountain tunnel to where Toby is with Henrietta. And we're gonna go down the hill, round the bends. Oh, the grain loader is like blocking Percy, but Percy's right there with the mail coach. Through the center of the mountain tunnel, go under there, and you see this really sharp curve, which was the hardest part to execute. I did not know what I was gonna do with this middle section right here. I had no clue what I was doing. But then I was like, okay, we can make this work. And that again, those pieces of track really came in handy. But yeah, no, so sharp curves all the way back to that side, and Diesel 10's right there. And if we keep going, like seriously, like those were lifesavers. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have like 2 of those pieces. We keep going under, or I guess in this other middle section now, and yes, engines and stuff do fit through this. I did test it, but that doesn't matter in the long run. But yeah, engines fit under there. So if we keep going, we got Gordon pulling the express over here. That's pretty cool. And we keep going even further, and we're finally down the hill. And back to the grain loader. Back to Boko. And I don't think I actually missed anything, guys. Yeah, I think we really covered everything. Well, I mean, this was smaller than my old layouts, but yeah, no, this was really fun to make, guys. Some fun facts. If I did this at the start of my channel, it wouldn't have happened. Like, I had no clickety-clack track back then. I had no old-style engines. Like, I think the only things from my childhood on this layout, and I mean this, are Toby, Henrietta, Old Slow Coach, and Henry. Yeah, that's about it, actually. Everything here I've gotten over the last 8 years or whatever, and that's insane. If you were to tell me when I was like 12 or whatever that I could make this one day, I'd be like, you're insane. But yeah, no, the table's cool, the layout's really cool, and I really like it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, because this was fun to make. If you guys want me to do more of these in the future, you know, let me know. I'll definitely get around to it if I can, but this was really fun. I really wanted to make one of these, because I never made one in my childhood on like a wooden railway table with all this cool stuff. But I really like it, and I hope you did too. So let me know what you like about the layout in the comments. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what you want to see next. But anyways, guys, Wooden Fan 1 signing out saying thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, all. Take care.